All right, let's do this again. All right. Not sure what happened there, but it looked like my overlays hadn't loaded for some reason. So, anyways, two false starts. We're back. Shake and bake. Let's get building. All right, let's just let me arrange a few things because I got kind of thrown off by all that. Sorry if you had to endure the couple restarts there, but anyways. Cool, cool. That's going on okay. And yeah, I think everything's back to normal now. Okay, cool. Yeah. Uh, I have this all automated and I have a Stream Deck, so I never really think about a lot of these things, but I guess for whatever reason, maybe I had a blip in my internet or something, or maybe there was my overlays just weren't available for a second. I'm not sure why. But anyways, we are back. I'll just go check on Twitch and everywhere else just to make sure that things are operational. It appears to be, but anyways, I don't know what that was. Maybe it's just a case of the it being the afternoon or what. Who knows? Anyways, we're back. Okay, that's good. Okay, cool. What's this here? Gift to take number. All right, check out the YouTubes. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba. All right. Anyway, super slow start. Okay, yeah, we're all good here. So that's good. I'll just load up the YouTube in case there's chat there. And there we go. Cool. And I can finally see the Twitter the Twitter chat for the live stream. So I got that up too. And all right, we are back in business. All right, cool. Okay, let's head on over to pairing view here. And cool. All right. Yeah, a little bumpy, but we got there. All right, cool. I'll just bring a browser window over into here. Okay, bring that down. Cool. So now that we got this all back up and running, let's start up Storybook again. Boom. Cool, cool. Yeah, I wonder how many people got notified like a billion times that I'm going live. But anyways. So just quick recap. Been working on a PR table, repo tables PR. Where is it? Prototype. There we go. Prototype. There we go. So this is what I'm working on. Let's zoom that in. So it's basically a table to display pull requests associated to the uh, not to the stream. We have workspaces in OpenSauced. So let's just like kind of get the whole picture here. So if we come to OpenSauced, okay, we have this concept of workspaces, and in the workspaces we have this dashboard. Currently it's only showing repositories. These are repositories that you can track. So you can be like, if I create a new one here, I don't know, like maybe I know somebody already created this, but like say you wanted to do Kubernetes. Typically, if you're an org or yeah, it's typically if you're an org or you're working on like some open source projects, like you'll come here and then like let's look for Kubernetes, and it's gonna find it, and then it's gonna load up all the repos here, and I can say add this. Maybe we don't want the GitHub one. I don't know. I'm gonna add a bunch here, and hopefully this works. It's going to create the workspace, and all of a sudden you're going to have a list of all these repositories, and we can see some information about them. There's quite a few, so the data might take a second to load. So there we go. It's starting to pop in. So we can see some stuff here. So uh, lots of stuff going on in Kubernetes land, I guess. But you know, we're missing this other page under activities or activity, I should say. And this is where this new feature I'm working on is going to come into play. So we have this pull request table prototype that I'm building out, and we want to show some information about pull requests that we think is meaningful and long term. I'm sure you'll be able to filter this, sort it, etc. But for starters, I'm just working on this. And this is pretty much done for now. So I have this pull request row, and we can have different views of it, but essentially there's stuff like the state of it, who's the author. So this is my coworker Brandon. This is mock data, but uh, this is actually loading real data there. But like what I mean is the pull request row data is just kind of made up. I picked Brandon just to use as an example. There's a link here that goes to this particular pull request. Again, this is mock data, so added awesome feature is not a real pull request, but the first pull request into OpenSauced is. So if you click on this link, it will take you there now. And come back here. There's some more information like the repository. I'll probably, you know what? I should probably make this a link as well. Um, Let's see here. There's actually my coworker Zayu's working on repository pages feature, so we could probably link it to there eventually. But for now, I could make this just a repo URL. So why don't we go ahead and do that? So I've got this get pull request URL, and then we could have another one which is get repo URL and basically repo name, and that's all it is that. I'm sure we have some utility functions, but this is just a prototype for now. So let's do the same thing here. So we've got the hover card, we've got the link here, so we want a link here as well. And so we're gonna say link component again. uh, you know what, maybe that should be its own thing, but anyways, we'll copy for now. So we got this link here, and just seeing over there. Okay, cool. Okay, all right, yeah. Just looking at the chat and Twitch, there's not really anybody in there right now, but there's like I think one person, but it repeated because when I start my stream, I like check out this and check out that, and because I had to restart the stream a couple times, it did it a couple times. So let's just copy this. Boom. And then we'll just close this with a link. And instead of this, it's going to be get repo URL. And it's going to be pull request repo name only. Cool. And now if we come back here, so I'm working in Storybook, and so we can see here, boom, there we go. That'll take me to the repo, OpenSauced. That's good. And then we have some other stuff like how many comments, the additions, the deletions, and then change files and commits. We might add some more information, but I think I'm gonna just stick with that for now. So let's just commit this. So GA, that's git add for me. I'm gonna say git chore. That's another alias I have. Just prefixes it with chore colon. And yeah, so this is gonna be added a URL for the repo in the pull request row. Okay, let's push that up. Now, I built this out enough in Storybook. I think we have enough information here. I think it looks not too bad. So let's go ahead and start creating the actual page. So I'm going to stop Storybook. I'm going to start nr npm run dev. I'm going to start the dev server for Next.js. And let's head over here. Cool, cool. All right, that's good. All right. And yeah, so this is, you know what? Let me get a link to what we're working on. Just drop that in the chat. This one. This is what we're working on. This is what we're working on. Or not what we are working on, what I am working on. This is what I'm working on. Okay. There we go. I'll drop that in YouTube as well and Twitch. The not funny thing, but the thing with streaming to multiple platforms is you can use the multi-streaming platform to comment to a couple places, but not all of them. So anyways, drop that there, there, and there. Okay, cool. So let's get back to it. So if we come here, and I'm gonna go to a new tab here, gonna go to localhost, and we'll split this up just so it can see it a bit better. And we'll zoom in, 1, 2, 3. Give this a second. Okay, so we have this repositories page and we need to create an activity page. So I'm gonna look for index under workspace. That's what this page is. So I'm gonna create a new page. So just gonna copy past it and we're gonna call it activity. And that's good. It's gonna be the same for now. I'll change that after. And then let's go ahead and let's go to workspaces layout. There's a header in here somewhere. Okay, app sidebar. That's fine. Banners. I think it's workspaces header. Workspaces header. Workspace header. Sorry. Okay, cool. So right now we only have the one tab up here. So I'm gonna add another one. So just gotta find that. That's the header. Did I miss it? Workspace, nav. No, that's copy pasta there. That's the name. That's the button. Share, edit. Okay, so it's not in there. So if we look for workspace header, and I'll go into where that is. Okay, it's right there. So the tabs, where, okay, maybe the tabs are in the workspace layout. Let's go check there. Tab. No. Okay, let's look for this. Repositories. Page header, repositories, home page, workspace tab list. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, so we've got that, and we're gonna add another tab in here. Oops. And here, and we're gonna call it activity. Gonna save this. We should see another tab pop open. Boom. Okay, if I click there, it's gonna load the page that looks exactly the same, I believe. Okay. And so if we come back to the activity page I created, and okay, delete cookie. That's workspace info I need. Okay. Uh, yeah, we don't want to call it dashboard, so we're gonna say workspace activity page. Cool. Thank you, TypeScript. Okay, cool. And we got all this information. There's stuff we don't need in here, so I'll clean up some stuff here. We want to show that it's public. Um, okay, is public, then we show the OG image. Oh yeah, that's right. Don't need an OG image for this page right now. So let's get rid of that. To do workspace activity OG image. Okay, There's that. Okay, cool. And okay, we got that. Okay, button, add repository. Yeah, so we don't need this stuff here. We need the tab list. We don't need this stuff here. So if we come back to this page now, we should be missing some stuff. Why is it not going to? Let me see here. Should be a reason. Why is it not going to the activity page? Okay, let's check a few things here. I'm gonna close all these and let's go to the tabs list. So activity, okay, activity. Oh yeah, that's interesting. Why does that repository? How does that work? Here, let's just take a peek here. The activity tab is definitely working. Oh, I don't think I need a path in this case. Okay, you do. Okay. Path, activity. Let's see what that gives us. There we go. Okay, that's fine. We got stuff blowing up. I'm not worried about that, but we have the page loading now. So let's go to activity under workspace and we'll do some cleanup here. So looks like it's complaining. Oh, it didn't like my HTML comment here. Let's see here. Let's go with these. We'll go with JSX comments instead. There we go. And I don't think we need that right now. Or, oh, I guess I need to keep it if I have a comment. Okay, so let's save that. Should reload, hopefully. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, slowly but surely. Okay. All right, so it's the activity page. Clearly it's not selected as the correct one. I'll sort that out. Let's put a to do for that. Let me just write that down. To do highlight activity tab. Okay, that's cool. Okay, so let's get rid of a bunch of stuff here because I copy pasted this. And essentially, we got that show welcome. Okay, yeah, so we don't need any of that. I'm kind of inclined to just go nuclear here, so let's do that. And we got the workspace layout, the header, the tabs list. That's good. And let's close this sucker. Okay, let's get rid of that. We don't need the welcome modal. That's for when you hit the dashboard. All right, and I think we're in business. So let's save that. And then give it a second. I don't know why it's not. Oh, there we go. Okay, clean slate. Okay, so that's good. Wondering why it's not being selected though. So activity repositories. Let's go to the workspace. Oh, I gotta choose activity here. That's why. Copy paste error. There we go. Activity. Okay, so if we save that, there we go. Cool. So there, that works. And that works. Okay, cool. Now in here, we need the table. So we'll call this the repositories table. No, not repositories, pull request table. Pull request table. There's already one. Okay, let's see what's in there. Hold on a sec. Pull request table. Let's see what this one has in it. Okay, this has some stuff in there. I don't know if that's what I want necessarily. So it's got a div, it maps over latest PR table row is hover card. Okay, let's see where this is used. Okay, let's just check out the main chat here. Okay, all right, boom. Where you used, buddy? Okay, oh, okay, that's okay, it's for the hover card. Okay. That seems to be contributor profile tab. Okay. I'm gonna create a new component because these aren't exactly what we want, I don't think. Go to contributor card, profile page, contributor profile tab. Yeah, okay. So let's start up over here. You know what? In fact, let's not even create a pull request table yet. Let's just do the activity, and I'm gonna move this over now. That page will stay broken for a bit, that's okay. And I want to get the pull request row stories. I created this decorator so I could actually just test out my table row. So I'm literally gonna take that code, gonna come down here, except I'm in the wrong activity page. This one. Okay, so forget this pull request table, and I'm gonna put this in. So that margin top grab gap 6. Yeah, okay, cool. All right, let's paste this in. It's not gonna find a bunch of stuff, so let's import it. Table, table header, right? Table head. Cool. Did I miss table row? Whoops. There we go. Table body. Cool. And then we want, I'm gonna just put in one for now. Pull request row. And it's gonna take in a pull request. Okay, cool. And yeah, we'll get pull. And you know what? We're gonna map over it. So we're gonna do pull requests. And you know what? Let me do this. Let's just create a variable up here for now. This will come from, this will be probably from a custom hook, but let's just get started here. Get pull requests, and then this is pull request. There we go. Cool. And then we're gonna map over that. So dot map pull requests. Yes, that's what I wanted. Okay. Key pull request. Yeah, event ID could be it. We'll see. Pull request where we got to re-import this. Okay, what's it not liking? Repo ID is missing in type. Yeah, okay. Repo ID equals, and trying to think here. We won't have the repository ID in there, but maybe we'll get it after. But okay, I'm just gonna put one for now. Okay, and pull request dot event ID is part of that. Okay, and we're just gonna have some dummy data for now. So I'm gonna go back to my storybook story. So pull request row stories, and let's go to where I was getting the data, which should be here. Okay, so let's just get this and close that, and then boom. And then if we come here, should load up the one row, and it's scrollable. Now, okay, that's good. All right, so already this is shaping up. Hey, how's it going, Chris? Charles, sorry. Why did I say Chris? Good to see you, Charles. Thanks for coming by. Um, so I'm just working out on this, not working out, working on this feature here. I dropped it in the chat. If you didn't see it though, this is what I'm working on. I was doing a, yeah, no, I'm pretty good with names. It's just I saw the C and I was like Charles right away for some reason. I think it was because I was watching X-Men 97 yesterday. But anyways, uh, not, no, sorry. No, I got it right. I don't know. I don't know why I thought Chris initially. Anyways, sorry, Charles. Um, okay, cool. Yeah, so this is what we're working on, and it's just starting off. I built out a storybook story for the component, which I've stopped storybook, but essentially this table row. And so there's a few things here. I think I want to make a couple columns sticky. So like probably author, state, author, PR, and title. But there's a few other things too. And you know what? Let's put in some more fake data here. It's going to be pretty much the same, but I'm going to change a few things just so we can have a few different ones. So PR state closed is merged false. And let's do another one. Yeah, so like this is an actual HTML table, and I'm going towards that just so we can integrate with like something like tan stack table. We do have like uh, table components. So I say air quotes, not to trash talk. It's more, it's just all divs, and it is responsive to some degree, but this is actual tabular data, so it does make sense to actually have it in a table. So all right, so I'm just putting some mock data here at the moment, and I'm basically just gonna, just so I can see my different states of the PR, and let's change this. You know what? I'll change the event IDs and stuff too. So 1, 2, we'll call this PR number 2 just to keep it easy. We'll mix it up. This one will be from me, Nikki T Online. Uh, this one will be, uh, what's Zayu's cap? Hold on a sec. Yeah, metric card. I just want to get her. Oh yeah, Zayu Kapua. Go. Cool. Just adding a few different names here just to mix it up. We'll say 3 in there. Okay, and then this one will be number 4. And we'll say is merged false. Okay. So open oh yeah, we need a draft one. So open true. Okay, and we'll say this is number 4. Okay, and I guess we can do some different or whatever feature awesome feature sharp. I'm just gonna change it up just to mix it up a bit. Awesome feature 2, awesome feature 3, awesome feature 4, boom, and then awesome feature 1. There you go. All right, cool. Yeah, Div City Mayhem. Yeah, totally. Yeah, I mean, like, because originally, like web dev, you know, like we were using tables for layout, and then that's a terrible idea these days because we've got grid and flexbox. But for the actual like tabular data, it does make sense. So, all right, just gonna put a different avatar for the last one here. Nothing against Brandon, but you already got a slot in there. Let's go pop in B Dougie. Yeah, B Dougie, cool. So these are our different states. And so one thing I'm noticing is I got to change the icon for, so this isn't too bad. Um, Obviously I have a small screen here for the, or the width for the table at the moment, but I do need to change the icon for the pull, not the draft, for the closed one. So let's go fix that. Pull request row. have this function that just basically decides which one to do. So closed and not merged. So get closed pull request icon. There we go. That should do it. Okay, perfect. So we got open, closed, merged, draft. Okay, so let me just do that little fix. So pull request row, G chore. Now using the proper uh, closed PR icon. Boom. Okay, so there's all that there now. And I think, okay, OpenSauced app, and that goes to the actual app repo. Okay, that's cool. Awesome. All right. Oh, hydration. Hello, my friend. Okay, so that's good here. I can give it a little more real estate, I guess. Let's do this. Okay, so I wonder if we should make those more pronounced. I think they're okay. There should be number of comments, so let's go to the activity page. And I'll probably make this table its own component after, but for now I'm just building it out in here, I think, just because I want to get real data in here now. So let's come back here. Let's close the sidebar just so we have some more real estate. And we'll say uh, number of comments. Okay, so there's a few things here. So we need to, why isn't that? I think we got to decide on a width. So width, sorry, not width. We'll do class name equals, and then we'll say W max. What did it not like? Oh, it's because I typed class before. There we go. Okay, no, I don't want the, that's way too big for, I guess that's the actual maximum height of those images, really? Okay, cool. Let's go see if we can fix that. Hold on a sec. Um, let's go to medium. All right, cool. There we go. That looks more proper. Okay, cool, cool, cool. So that's good. And so basically it's a scrollable table. I don't I don't think there's any getting away from making it a scrollable table. I don't think that's a bad thing, but I think we should have at least maybe the first four, because like trying to see which ones will be the best to freeze. And I'm also wondering what the best way to freeze the columns is. I'm gonna go look that up. Hello, Chat GPT. All right. I know it's, I have a feeling I might have to do two tables to do this, but because I did it, I froze the header, but that was something else. That's something else. How do I freeze HTML table columns with CSS? Yeah, not directly achievable. That's what I thought. Okay, here we can zoom in the Chat GPT here. Yeah, there could be some JS here for that. So this would be a progressive enhancement because you would still be able to see all the rows. You just wouldn't have the first one frozen, but frozen column, and then what does it do? Frozen, frozen, create element div. Yeah, see, I don't know if this is the best thing here. You know what? I'll focus on frozen columns after. Let's just kind of get some real data in here, and then I can start polishing stuff like that. So let's just see what other information they were looking for. The PR. And if I come back here. Oh, hey, how's it going, Padmanava? Thanks for joining us. Okay, cool, cool. Yeah, so Padmavana, I'm just working on this feature. It's a pull request table prototype. I work at a place called OpenSauced. It's open source software. So this is the feature I'm building out right now. So essentially, we want to show a little more information about pull requests. Like you can see something similar to this in your GitHub notifications, but it's not complete. Like if I go to my GitHub and just come here and you're gonna see like, okay, it says, okay, I have this zoomed in, but if I zoom out for a second here, um, you're gonna see, okay, it shows you whether it was merged or not, the number, and also, you know, um, I guess that's the name of it, and then the people that worked on it, but there's not much other information. So we want to kind of increase that. And so some of the stuff we're showing here is, if I zoom this back in, is PR title, number, repository, the state, merged, closed, or open, which I'm currently showing, the author, type of author. That's, I think we might be surfacing that information. So okay, so first what I want to do is I actually want to hook into the real data now. So I believe my coworker John mentions this here. Yeah. So we have this PR's search. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to beta.api.opensauce.pizza. So this is our API. It's using Swagger if you're familiar with Swagger. Um, and let me zoom in here and find PRs. Okay, pull request service search. So this is what we want to use, I believe. Um, okay, and then we want to get a range, topic, repo string, repo IDs. So, okay. So I think we want to get a list of repository IDs, maybe. Um, we'll figure that out. But okay, so this is going to give me that information. So I want to see if we have any existing hooks. So we have a lot of custom hooks in the project. So if we come over here to, if I just close the components, the pages, I can zoom this in a bit here. So we have lib and we've got hooks, API, use, pull request. I'm not sure if this is it. Does this call search? Let's see. Okay, so we already have a hook for this. Okay, good. So use pull requests. Okay, so I want to include that into my uh, current page. And oh, we got some, just checking out what's going on in here. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Sorry, I'm just seeing my old coworker Ben Halpern, who's one of the founders at Dev2. I used to work there, and there's this story. One year for April Fools, we decided to change the font of the website to like Comic Sans, which sounds like a very negligible change to a site, and it actually brought down the entire site because all the caching that we had it got invalidated, I think, and everything tried to recache at the same time. And it was anyways, there's an article about it. I'll drop it in the chat here. Okay, there's that. Cool. Here is that it? Yeah, cool. And I'll drop it over here too. Uh, okay, it did. Okay, my YouTube's actually working now. Cool. Cool, cool. Let's go back to the stream and I'll just drop that link there. Okay, cool. If you're checking it out. All right. Let's get back to it. Where'd my restream go? Ah, there we go. Cool. All right. Ba, ba, ba. Okay, so we want to bring in that hook. So we want to do not pull request row. Let's come back to the activity page. And okay, we've got some test data here that I will get rid of shortly, but let's add this. So let's just say const, just gonna put something here for now and then use pull requests. That's what we want. Okay, and then what this returns is data, error, or whoops, is error, is loading, and I think that's it. There's also mutate, but I don't need mutate, I don't think. Okay, so what we need in here is we need the initial limit. So the number, the repo IDs, and the range. Okay. So there's a few things that we want to put in here. Oh wait, is that? Let me double check. Okay, it's just the limit. And then we've got repo IDs. And then we've got range. Okay. So there's a few things we're going to get from the query string. So we're going to say const router equals use router. And in there, we're going to say const, we're going to get limit and range. And then that's from, don't need that one, but equals router dot query. Cool. That's good. And that returns these two things. So it's string or that. We're going to give a default limit of 10 and the default range is going to be 30. And we want to leverage the query string as much as possible because, oh, sorry, 30. Because the query string is kind of like one of the OG like state management tools. And there's no point on putting this in component state. Uh, the other reason too is like you can bookmark this. So if you say like this particular workspace activity page with limit 10 and range 30 in the query string, you can just share that with somebody. Because what happens is, and you've probably seen this on at least one app or website that's using React, or it's not even React specific, it could be another framework, and they're not using query string for stuff like this. And then you get to, I don't know, I've seen this on even on like a e-commerce site before, like not a great one, but you do all your filters. You're like, okay, I've got the jacket or the sneakers I want to buy. Then you send the link to somebody to say, here's what I want to get. They open it and it loads up back to the start of the whole process, and that's because it's not persisted in the query string. And you'll hear people talk about this more and more. And in the past, a lot of people would always there's like all these form libraries, or not form libraries, but uh, there's just a lot of things that are in component state that don't need to be there. There are stuff that it does make sense, but for stuff like limit and range in our case here, we don't need that in that. So okay, I got an extra there. Okay, so use pull requests limit string is not assignable to type number. Okay, hold on a sec. Okay, yeah, I see. So this should just be number. And I'm making an assumption here, but basically I could change this to this instead, and that would make more sense maybe. Um, but we're just gonna say it's a number. Like, it is possible that these things could be an array, but in our case they're not. I 100% know that. So just gonna put number and then range. Cool. And then the repo IDs we don't have yet, so let's just do const repo IDs. Uh, repo IDs. And we'll just set it to that, and we'll just say it's number for now. Okay. So this is good. Now we've got some data, and let's console dir it. data, and yeah, I know it doesn't like that. Okay, let's go back to what we were working on over here. Let's open up the console and come down here. Okay, and there's clearly nothing, and that's because we don't have the repo ID. So we need to get the repository IDs. So I'm gonna just fake it for now, just to so we can get one. So let's see what the first repository is. And did it give us anything? Nothing, eh? Really? Okay. Uh, let's see here. Repos. Let's actually output all the info instead. Okay, so let's check that out. Okay, is loading false, false, and there's no data. Okay. Um, all right. So let's actually go look into use pull request. Not that one. Let's go to the actual definition. And I'm going to bring this back to this just so we can have some more real estate. And I got to take a sip of water. Okay. So use pull request topic we don't have. Page. Use state page. Okay, the page should actually be part of the state as well, but sorry, not the state parameter, but I'm not going to worry about that at the moment. Okay, if query.get repo. Okay, we got a range, distinct authors, base endpoint, query to string. Let's actually see what's going on in here. So that's use pull request. So let's do this, and let's do use pull requests, and we'll zoom that in. And we can add a debugger here, and let's just see when we do get data, and there is meta. Oh, interesting, it's returning that way. Yeah, that's right, there should be metadata too. Okay, that's a good point. Let me come back here to the activity page, and we've got meta as well. We'll add that in there as well. Boom. And then we got data. Cool. All right, this is going to refresh. Okay, so now we're going to return here. And do we have data? No, but we've got metadata. So there, it is literally finding no items. So let's try this again. And let's do 8, 8. You know what? When data dot meta. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, so when data. So let's do this. We're gonna do a conditional breakpoint. And then we're gonna say edit breakpoint. And we're say data dot length greater than 0. And then basically that's just not gonna hit until we actually have some actual data. And I want to come back here, and that data, so we want to get rid of the, I'm going to comment this out temporarily, and I'm going to call data pull requests, and that should be good. Pull requests, yeah, that's good. Data pull requests, oh, whoops, no, putting it on the wrong spot, sorry. Pull requests, and DB repo PR events. Okay, so I guess that's what it is. So let's try that. Let's come over here to pull request row. And basically it shouldn't be that type. It should be this one, it sounds like. DB repo PR events. If we go to see what that looks like, Okay, yeah, that's exactly what I want. So I don't need this type here. And basically, we just want to replace that here. Boom. Actually, you know what? There, boom. Okay, and that should be all fine there, I think. And then let's go to the pull request row stories. And yeah, so we don't need that now, and satisfies this one. Okay, so if we save that, don't need this. Let's see if that storybook story is okay. I'm gonna start up storybook again just to see. All right, let's move this over. Let's go to shared, not shared, pull requests, pull request row. Give it a second, still building. All right, buddy. Okay, that's good. Okay, so I'm just gonna update that. So boom, boom, and then so we got rid of that, and this satisfies that. It's good. DBER. Okay, yeah, we don't need that whole type there. That's right. And then down here. Okay, yeah. So that's another change. So okay, so let's undo this one. Not undo, but unstage. Unstage. Selected ranges. Okay. And let's stop that. And then we're going to say get your fixed types for pull request row component. Cool. And then we're going to add back this other thing here, which we just put this back up. So this is just changing the size. So gchore changed avatar size for pull request row component. Boom. Push that up. Okay, that's good. All right, so let's see what's going on here. Oh, people, what are people saying? Cool, cool. Okay, let's get back there. I'll be back in 1 second. I just gotta go grab some water. Quick break. Don't have elevator music. I gotta change up my be back card for a second. But for now, it just says be back, but I should make it a lot cooler than that. So see you in a second. All right, that was pretty quick. Gotta stay hydrated, right? Cool. All right, there we go. Pause that. Okay, so we've got all that there. I don't need Storybook running anymore, so let's exit that. Okay, we got the app running still. And data is not defined. So let's take a peek here. Let's close all these other things. Command Shift T. No, it shouldn't. I thought Command Shift T is supposed to close all of them. Oh, yeah, it's Option Command T or Alt Window. So Alt Control T, I believe, if you're on Windows or non-Macs. Uh, oh no way, Chromatics hiring. Yeah, cool. Yeah, yeah, give it a go, man. Uh, they're building out some interesting stuff there. I've been a big fan of Storybook for quite a while there, so yeah, give it a go, Charles. Is it Is it a developer position or DevRel or a bit of both? Just curious. Okay, so let's get my page back into a state. So I am kind of curious why. Let's see here. Not use pull requests. Let's go back to the activity page. Yeah, I know it's console during data. There should be, oh yeah, pull request now. This is something, so we're just structuring the properties from this hook, but you can destructure from like any object. But one thing I like to do in some cases, like, so here I'm saying data colon pull requests, and this is, you could do the same thing where you could just say const pull requests equals data. Um, that's just a more terse form. It's something that you get out of the box with destructuring. You can do this with and same thing for arrays too. Like um, like let's just say here. So say you have an array, and I don't know. We'll say like sure. Um, okay, maybe that's what those things are. Or let's yeah. Okay, sure. We'll just say it's that. We'll say const a equals this. And then you're like, if you know, like, well, there's a few things. If you just want the first one, you can actually just do this, like const a, const first equals a, and this will actually get you the first thing, pull request. You could also do, like, say you want the second one, you can do comma second, and then that'll get meta, and then I think you get the gist of it. But after that, you could do like three, and that is error, and etc. And if you want to go all the way to the end, you can do that too. There's other things you could do, like you could say like, first, then you can do like this, rest. There's some neat things you can do. Anyways, just wanted to mention that in case folks weren't aware. Um, okay. Don't need this, don't need that. Okay, so we're not getting any data, so I just want to see why we aren't. And if we come back over here, and let's open up the dev tools again. Let's go to sources, and I'm gonna put this as a just as we build it, make the request. Okay. Query dot get. Okay, so I'm just gonna put a breakpoint here. Okay. And when we refresh the page, it's going to call that use pull request hook. It's going to stop here. We're using SWR over at OpenSauced. This is a project I had never used prior to working at OpenSauced. It seems to work okay. We're contemplating maybe moving to TanStack Query. I might take a peek into that, but it's not high priority at the moment. I forgot to play music. Uh, Not music playing for folks watching the stream because it's the content's DRM, but I like to listen to some stuff just so I can, you know, keep me moving, keep me moving. All right, so I just kind of want to see here. So like, here's the endpoint and distinct authors true. I'm not sure why. Yeah, I don't think that should be blocking anything, but anyways, I want to copy this and let's go over here, endpoint string. Let's just copy this and I want to go into the API and let's go to beta.api and I'm just gonna put this in here, pull that out in a second. Oh, oops, I went to the app, not to the beta API. There we go. Okay, cool. And we want to find PRs. Okay, so it should be this PR search. I just want to see if there's another one. Uh, oh yeah, no worries, Charles. Didn't miss too much. I'm just trying to see why the hook isn't returning anything, and it could be honestly because of the repo ID. So let's see, GitHub API get repo. I know we have this in the project, but repo endpoints. Yeah. So let's do this. Just gonna straight up get it. App, and we'll say OpenSauced. It's gonna return JSON in the browser, except I don't know how to type. /app. Okay. Repos, orgs, OpenSauced. What didn't I like about that? Not found. Orgs. Maybe it's this. Repos. Yeah, I think that's it. Repos. Just the endpoint. Okay, cool. So what I want to get is I want to get the ID here because I have a feeling that maybe the first one might not have it. So I'm just using I want to get real data, but I'm just testing with like a hard-coded repository ID. So repositories in GitHub, they have like a name like open-sauce/app, which is the app repository of OpenSauce, but there's a unique ID for it too, and it's this number here. So I want to come back to the workspace and I'm just going to close DevTools for a sec. Let's see. Okay, there we go. I got some data, I think. Okay, so this is real data now. So this is good. So I picked the wrong one basically. So this is cool. So we're loading in real data here now, and we're seeing. So like this is something Brandon merged. This is from this afternoon. This is something I fixed this morning. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So I'm just gonna drop this into my Slack just to show the peeps how things are going. Okay, let's move over here. Where's my Slack? Slack. Oh, 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 okay, whoops. Slack is on the wrong page. Okay. Nothing really that was there that I shouldn't be showing, but should have moved that over to the other screen. Anyways, cool. Just gonna say making some progress. All right, and just gotta check, hey, for their open source. Yeah, cool. All right, so this is good. So I thought I was just holding it wrong, but basically I had the a repository ID that was incorrect. Uh, the first repository ID, like literally number one, was probably made by Tom Preston Werner, but maybe it never got created. I don't know. Okay, cool. Just checking anything else going on in Slackland here. Um, let's see here. Becca's just asking me something. Okay, cool. I gotta write a blog post, so just checking a few things here. The nice thing I like about this live streaming is I'm doing my actual work, so this is definitely an advantage to working in open source. It's also fun building in public, but anyways, Cool. That's all good. What else we gotta check here? Cool, cool. Uh, oh, got a couple chef's kisses in Slack for the screenshot I just sent. So cool, cool, cool. All right, nice. Okay, so the thing that we'll need to connect up here is, so I have to put in paging as well. So let's do that too. So let's look for paging. Is it pagination.tsx? Yeah, let's go with that. Sure. Okay. And okay, we don't need this now. Okay, we don't need this fake data anymore. So thank you. You were useful for about 10 minutes, but it's time to go. All right. Um, what was I saying about, let me paste this in. Oh yeah, not that. Pagination. Yeah. So we got a table and let's do table footer. Um, yeah, wonder. Maybe it doesn't need to be in the, no, it probably doesn't need to be in a table footer. We'll just, it's kind of related, but I'm actually curious. Table footer MDN, T-foot. I would love it. Imagine if there was an HTML element called T-Pain. Anyways, okay, I know the table footer is again just using some other stuff like totals and stuff. So that's not what this is for, the paging. So, okay, so we can forget that. All right. So let's just put it under it, and we're gonna say pagination. That appears to be it. And oh, interesting. Would that work? No, probably not. Okay, so let's add all the stuff we need in here. So total page, is this right? Meta dot page count. Copilot's kind of got me there. Okay, so set page. So this is what I was talking about before. We want to actually um, set the page in the URL. So we'll do that. Okay. Pagination name activity, show total page is true, go to page true. That sounds good. What's this complaining? Set page void name string show total pages. Name. Okay, set page total number. Let me see what I'm missing. Set page name string show total pages go to page is not assignable to. Okay, property set page does not exist. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's fine. What's this saying now? This doesn't exist either, right? Yeah, okay, yeah. Good old hallucination, GitHub Copilot. Okay, cool. Is missing the file. Pagination props. On page change. Okay, sure. Okay, so let's add that. On page change. Yes, query, router query dot page number. That looks about right. Pages is missing in type. There. Okay, cool. So we're gonna push that, and property pages is missing. Oh, I deleted it. Pages equals page meta. Oh no, that's okay. No, the pages is something else. That's an array. This is something weird that I'll sort that out after, but I think that should be good. So let's take a peek here. So now we got paging, and if we say go to the next page, you see how it adds page equals to the query string up top. That is good, and that is what we want. So what I'm gonna do is we are gonna set, we want to get the page here as well. If we go back to the activity, okay, yeah, so we want to have page, and we're going to set it to a default value of 1. And then we'll add another thing in here. So we'll say page. Come on, Copilot. Boom. All right. Thank you. Okay. And then we're going to pass in number page. Number page isn't in there. And I might have to refactor use pull request, but we'll see. Let's go to definition. Okay. Repos range. And then I'm going to put page. I'll say initial page, but or if we do set page, actually, you see, like this should just be receiving the page, but I can set it for now, I guess. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. So let's come here and, but we wanted to get that page right away. So I'm going to add page. So I'm going to say initial page equals 1. And what we can do is here for the page, we'll set it to initial there, but it has to be, actually, this needs to be number and optional. This is temporary because I think this should be reworked so that this is coming from query string, but there's other stuff at play here. So, okay, so there's the number and then equals 1. That's right, colon number. Okay, sure. We'll just say that initial page or 1. Oh, I lost the chat. Sorry, folks. Lost the plot. Cool. All right, and let's go back here to restream. Cool. Yeah, so that's good. Again, this needs to be refactored. I'm gonna take a note about that. Requests refactor. Because in general, these kinds of things definitely should be in the query string. So I'm going to make it work right now so that I'm not breaking any existing things. But if I do pass in an initial page, I'll use that. So uh, initial page. And the reason why I don't want to call set page is because the app's going to load. It's going to return null. I'm going to set the page. It's going to, the hook's going to kick in again. So I don't think it makes sense. And you know what? I'm just going to leave this as 1. And then when it comes to the actual page, I'm going to say initial page. And if it doesn't exist, take that one. So let's try this. Okay. So it's loaded up. I also need to add a loading state, but you can see here right now, I'm on page 2 now. And then if I go to page 3, I need to add a loading state again, like I said, but we're going to get some information eventually, hopefully, potentially. Okay, let's see here. Let's start from scratch. Let's go to page 1. Okay, hydration error is expected. I need to put this in a use client. Use client is a custom component I put together. I got it from Josh Como, so I didn't invent it. But essentially, you're kind of saying like when this renders on the server, because this is the get server side props, will pass in some server side props, and then the page will render server side first. It can't use like the hooks are gonna run. But it's only after like the fetch call has been made that it actually hydrates with that. So like that's why you end up with this difference. And oh, I thought I deleted this. Let me get rid of that. Whoa. Okay. Boom. So what we need to do is, and this is something important too, is when you're fixing hydration errors, you still want to render as much markup server side. Usually I would say. So it's really only the pull request rows that really are the thing that will change. And like I said, I don't have a loading state yet, so to do loading state, and there we go. And we're just gonna wrap this in client only. Again, it's a component I created that I stole from Josh Como. He wrote about it a while ago. So if I refresh this, we shouldn't have a hydration error now. Okay, text content did not match server 0, client 2. Okay, maybe there's something else I'm missing. Oh, wait, the paging. That's why. Pagination. Client only. All right, cool. Let's do that. Refresh should be okay now. Okay, yeah, no hydration error. Okay, so this is good. Now we're on page 1, total 2 pages. So I'm going to go to the second page, and there we go. Cool. And I think that this is for the last 30 days though. So the other thing we need is we need to add the filtering for like changing the whatchamacallit, um the range. So I'm gonna steal a component, well, not steal, reuse a component that we have already. So let me see here. And nothing's on fire in Slack, but just checking something real quick. Okay, that's just our all hands meeting that we had. Okay, cool. All right, let's get back to it. Okay, this is actually honestly already super useful. This is like a use case that like we're building this, I'm building this out, but this is actually something I find super helpful. Like that might sound silly, but there's things like as a maintainer, there's stuff you want to see like because when you go to your GitHub notifications, you kind of get this whole thing of like, okay, this is this project, and this project, and you see like the title and whether it's merged, open, draft, or whatever, or closed. But there's other information you don't have, like how many additions, how many deletions to the code, how many change files, etc. Like this one, it's closed for now because this issue wasn't ready to be worked on, but like wow, that's like a lot of files. So let's go to the second page, and again, it's taking a second. Oh wait, it's on page 3 now. Why is it saying page 3? Okay, I think I just need to, it's because I didn't finish implementing paging stuff, so there's things I might have missed. Okay, yeah. So here, you can see, and this is where the filtering will come into play too, because then right from this repos page, I can say like how many were closed, and that stuff is like super helpful. Okay, so there's a couple things I want to bring in. I want to bring in the uh, what page is that on? It's on the index page actually. So index workspace. So we've got these other things like tracked repositories, filter. And so I'm gonna actually need to load the tracked repositories in here. Um, so let's do a few things here. Set repos. So also just to explain this, so I'm looking at pull requests for right now. I have it hard coded to OpenSauce, but what this actually is supposed to represent is if I go back to my Tesseroni app and I go edit, in here, there's a bunch of repositories that I decided to track. And so basically, I need to get the repo IDs for all of those. So that's what I need. And so that means getting all the tracked repos. And this could be interesting to get all that. Right now, I'll do the get tracked repos, I guess. So I'll use the same thing that we're doing here. So we've got a hook. What is it? Workspace ID. Okay, yeah, we need that. Yeah, fetch API data workspace. Oh, no, that's server side. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, in here we've got the range. Okay, I already have the workspace ID, so this is what we want. And if I come back to the activities page and I come here, and is the workspace ID being passed in? Yeah, I do have the workspace. Okay, cool. So let's come here and let's do this and oops, there. Okay, and we want to get the, where is it? Workspace ID is workspace ID. That's right. We got to import this. Okay. And let's bring this here. And then this data is repositories. That's all right. As repo errors, just give that a bit of a better name. The range, what is it not liking? Okay, yeah, so number, range, cool. What did it not like there? Uh, type stringer number is not assignable to type number or undefined. Okay, I have the range though, and it's string or 30. Okay, yeah, well, it should be number. That should work. Number, range, why isn't? Oh, I know what I did wrong. Sorry. I'm casting it, not casting it, but I have to, it's a property. There we go. Okay, so that will get us that, and then the repository IDs are essentially this equals repositories.map repo ID repositories page data. Yeah, it's page data. Okay. Um, so this should be repositories dot data. Okay. I'm gonna do this for now, but this is something I'm gonna have to bring up because if we have a large list of repositories, um, that's gonna affect that. So, okay. So if we come back to the activities page, let's take a second to load probably because it's probably doing a lot. I'm pretty sure. Network. Let's see what's going on in here. Any console errors? Okay. 500 internal error. Okay, so that's the API call. Let's just put that on fetch XHR. Let's refresh. Yeah, there's something weird in, I noticed this recently with the dev tools open, it causes the page to basically take forever. Yeah, I don't know why that is. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna let it run, but you know what? We could just do it on the fetch here. There we go. Yeah, this, I feel like this has got to be a bug because it's just hanging forever. Took like a minute something last time to finish. And oh shoot, no throttling. I had it on I feel silly. I had it on 3G. Oh man. Okay, cool. So let's try that again. So let's go to the network. Let's do uh that. We don't need to preserve the log here. Okay. So user list, workspace, search. Oh, really? The PR search died. Is that right? Let's see. Repos, status code 500. Interesting. Yeah, I think this is something. I think we're passing in too many things and because this is just tanking. Because let's see if we come to the console here. Let me just clear this. And I'm just gonna console dir the repo IDs or console log it. Sure. So, okay, so we're getting all the IDs and those aren't right. So that's part of the error. Okay, so that's good. It should be dot repo ID. There we go. I think we might be in a better state now. Okay, let's close that. Might take a little time, but there we go. Okay, and now this is like all of those repositories. So you see we've got Kubernetes in here, we've got, and there's like 74 pages of data. So there's lots of stuff. So that's interesting. That's cool. So there's that part. And oh, yeah, my coworker John. Hey, what's up, John? Cool, cool. Um, cool. So we need to add a couple other things in here. We need the filter for like the number of days. And that I wanted to pull in from here as well. Just make this a little bigger for a sec. Just give us some real estate. So we've got the header. We don't need to add repositories, but we need this. We need day range picker and tracked repositories filter. And all right, you know what? Let's start off with day range picker. And this purposely has no props because or not props, but it doesn't, no, I'm not framing that right. It's built this way because it should only change the query string. So I'm gonna put this tabs list and then let's put it here for now. Let's bring in the day range picker. Cool. And now we should get that. Okay. It's not in the right spot and stuff, but like here we can say like over 7 days and you're going to see the range up here. It's unfortunately I can't zoom that in, but uh, this is essentially what it is. It's in the query string. It's basically this. Let's clear that. So you can see here when the day range picker changes, it adds a range here. So put range 7. So let's do that again. Let's close this. All right, close that. Okay, doing okay here. Doing okay. Okay, that's good. Okay, back to the index. We want this other thing here, tracked repositories filter. So let's bring that in as well. I'll sort it out in terms of like with Flexbox after, but pull that in. Okay, so set filtered repositories and option keys. What's this? Cool. Okay, so I'm missing a piece of state here, so let's go to set filtered repositories and there we go. Repository. Okay, so basically I need this and let's come up here and put it here. And then essentially filter options, repositories, if array from repositories dot data repo full name value. Okay, we need a use state. Let's bring that in. Okay, so that's the filtered repositories. And then I have a feeling that this should be here. Uh, filtered repositories. It starts off empty. I feel like it should be all of them, but let's see. It should really be like, yeah, like this, I guess. Filter.repositories.length. I'll clean this up, but then it's filtered repositories or that. And then we'll map. And this actually has label, repo full name, value, repositories dot data, repo ID. All right, hold on a sec. Let's put that back. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, let's save that. Let's just get the page rendering. Okay, so now I got a filter, and then I can type in stuff here, and I can pick one, and then it's not updating down there, but that will, once I have my options, filter options is label string. Okay. Value is repo ID. So filter options, filtered repositories. Where is that used? Let me go look in the index page. Da -da. Oh, whoops, wrong index page. Index.workspace. There. Okay, use workspace repo stats. I don't need that. Set repo IDs. Oh, okay, so that's where it's setting it. Okay, so length. Okay, so let's do that. And we don't need this. And then we need to use effect here. And then let's do a set repos ID and stuff like they've got. Set repos. All right, cool. That's what we want as a starting point. And then, so let's put that here. Okay, I think we should be good now. Okay, so let's take a peek at this. I'm gonna choose OpenSauced only now. So OpenSauced / app. And we're back to where we were. I don't have a loading state still, but it should load here eventually, unless I did something wrong. So set filtered. Let's see what went wrong. Updating a style. Okay, no, that's something else. I don't care about the style so much, but okay. Let's do this again. All right, so this is loading everything as expected. And then now I'm going to say open-sauced / app. And, oh, except I don't know how to spell. There we go. Open, did I do it wrong? Open-sauced / app. There we go. Okay. And then button cannot appear as a descendable button. Okay. This is a DOM nesting error, but that's not why things aren't working for me. So let's clear that. And let's go into, so the selected ones become the filtered repositories. And so repo IDs, it starts off as repositories.data.map. So that works. And then use effect, the repositories or the filtered repositories have changed. So that should fire. And then, so let's put something in there. And this probably, yeah, the set repo IDs should really only happen. I don't think you need a use effect for this, but anyways, let's get it working just to see. Like the set repo IDs really should happen. there's set filtered repositories. I would set the repository I would set repo IDs in that other function. So if we come here, yeah. And I almost think you don't even need state for filtered repositories. You just want to, anyways, we'll see. We will see. Okay, so set repo IDs is that. Yeah, no, I think this makes sense. Set repo IDs. If those ranges change, that data will change. Filter. Anyways, let's head into the matrix. So let's go take a peek. Cool. All right. People dropping me messages. Cool, cool, cool. No, I got all these messages about promoting my YouTube channel. No, thanks. Um, okay. Cool, cool, cool. State versus derived state problem. Yeah, yeah. Oh, hey, Kevin, you're back. Hey, thanks for joining. Yeah, no, I'm just looking at. I was copying some code over for this filtering here, and I don't think we need this intermediary state called filtered repositories. I could be wrong. But basically when we filter, we get the list of filtered items, and all I need is the repo ID value. Otherwise, we take that. Yeah. Yeah, I think this can actually, gonna cut this out, gonna get rid of the use effect, and might be a little bloated in this particular function here, but I'm just gonna pop it in here temporarily. And so we're setting filtered repositories, which again, I don't think we need. So what we really need is selected. Uh, so if selected dot length, then we do selected. Otherwise, we grab the existing repositories. Yeah, I don't think we need this filtered. Whoops. I don't think we need to set this unless there's something else I missed. Let me go check up top here. Um, Yeah, I don't know if I even need the use memo. Maybe. I honestly rarely have used the use memo, but the thing I'm looking at here is, so we have, yeah, okay, so yeah, I don't think we need this state at all, actually. Um, we've got the repository. So basically what's happening is when the page loads, um, I'm in a workspace in OpenSauced. I say, go get me the repositories associated to this workspace. And then I essentially get the repo IDs. That's in state because I map over it. Maybe that can get removed too. But I think this particular state makes sense because we want to update it if we filter. And then we have these filter options, which are what are in the drop down here. It's going to probably, if I refresh this, yeah, okay, I broke something. Set filtered repositories where, okay, yeah, I don't think we need this. So let's just save that temporarily. But essentially in this filter over here, you have all these, I've got too many things open here, but let me close that and that. Essentially, you can filter on the repository, so like open-sauced or whatever, and app. Yeah, I think I broke something. Okay, let's see. Let me put it back to what it was, and yeah, yeah, because it's an array too. Yeah, especially, I mean, it makes sense if it would make sense to use memo potentially because this is a large array, potentially. So that would make sense. Like, why recalculate these things if you don't have to? So that is a good call. I'm gonna put it back to the use effect temporarily because I might have missed something, or maybe there is a valid reason they were doing in use effect, but um, okay, so that's good. All right, it's gonna refresh and okay, so open dash sauced slash app. Okay, I clearly broke something. What did I break? Okay, the style error, that is not it. It's something else. Okay, there it is. Okay. Okay, so it is working. It's just not loading the data because there's something I'm missing, but it got page 1 of 2 and stuff. So that's good. It's the, let's see here. Set filtered repository. Okay, so I'm mapping over pull requests. So let's go to where that's defined. That's in my data there. So let's just paste that in again. Console.dir. Cool. Let's clear this and let's filter, unfilter. So we get this object. Okay. It's page data. So that's good. Okay, so now let's filter. I'm gonna clear here. Yeah. And Kevin brings up a good point. If you're a lot of times you end up working with an array, and if it's something that you got to recalculate and it's a large array, they use memo or memo or memo. Excuse me, use memo or memo. I don't know which one it is, but anyways, it's a good call potentially. Okay, yeah. So I'm console during that. So so I'm gonna filter here now. So I'll just pick Kubernetes. It's there. Okay, so we get an object back, and okay, so I do have data. Okay. Oh, you know what? Okay. And 11 pages, so that appears to have done it. We do want to set a height on the table, I think. Hold on a sec. H dash max dash, I don't know, 10 rem. Let's try that. Did that work? H dash max. Maybe I have to just go straight up height. Ba, ba, ba. Height. No. Okay, yeah, I gotta do it with classes, so. Or we could do style. Hold on. Let me just try here. Height, and we'll say 5 rem, just to start. Why is that not changing? Yeah, yeah, or just use solid. Yeah, yeah. I'll I, I still haven't built anything with solid really. Um did a couple streams, like one with Tori and solid that Attila kind of walked me through, and I do understand a bunch of the stuff in solid, but yeah, it's the kind of thing. Hey, how's it going, Chrissy? Um, yeah, it would be interesting to use right now. Like, I mean, we started the project already started before I started there, so this is Next.js. We're using the pages router. It's going along okay. I mean, I still wonder. It was Greenfield. I probably might not use Next.js and maybe Remix. Even Astro, to be honest, potentially, because and it's, don't get me wrong, Next.js is capable. Um, it's not that. I'm just thinking like I like I like how Astro operates. You got the islands architecture. You can obviously bring React, so like a lot of the stuff we already have, it's all React. The things that you'd be changing would be like the server side stuff would probably be Astro components, but you could also use Astro as kind of just a shell, like the Astro component, and then have some like React components that are just, server. because you don't have to set the client directives on it. So, but I don't know. Anyways, things, you know, you can't really just say, hey, I want to switch the kitchen sink for no reason. Potentially, it's a lot of effort to switch it up. So, okay, so why is this height not changing? Let me check here. Okay, let's inspect. All right, table, height 5 rem. Oh, max height. That's why. Should do it. Whoops. JavaScript. So there we go. Okay, give that a second. Oh, didn't refresh. Okay, there we go. Interesting. Still not shortening it. Very interesting. Let's see here. Sec. All right. What is up? Hmm. Anyway, so let's see here. So let's filter again. So let's just do sure, let's do Helm. Why not? Okay. So there's 2 pages of data. So now why is it not rendering the data? Like, what am I doing wrong here? So if I open this console, I did get data back. Oh, no, I didn't. Okay. So metadata, it says there's 2 pages and the item counts 8, but I'm not getting any data back. Interesting. Um, that could actually be a bug potentially in the API. Is errors loading data metadata? Yeah, because this metadata should be returning stuff. Um, let's take a peek. Let's see here. Let's go to the API. Yeah, there is a container div on it, Kevin. So like, because I'm using the shad CN, but so it is an HTML table. Like here, let me clear this again. So it is an HTML table, like I was saying previously. So here's the table. Let me zoom this in. So it's definitely a table here. And then there's a W full and overflow auto. So the overflow, like I get that will overflow the container, but if I set a fixed height on the table should shrink unless there's some other stuff here. Border B, um, okay, yeah, muted, data, state selected. Okay, to the div, yeah, the max height. Okay, yeah, can try that. The thing is the table component, I had a max height here, so like, let's just delete this and let's just say max dash H. Okay, let's try it here. All right, and yeah, it doesn't, I don't think it kicked in. Let me see. No, that's definitely not 5 rem. Um, cool. Yeah. The table itself with, hold on. Yeah, I always have to add max heights just to the div around the table. The table itself with full height. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that I get. Um, so I guess because the table component itself creates a wrapper. If I go to the definition of it, so the ShadCN components have this wrapper that gets added, and I'm wondering. Well, let me wrap it in another div just to see, just to, because like I agree with what you're saying. I could have sworn I could have set the table height, but let's grab these here. post that there. I feel like this is gonna work, even though I feel like the other thing should have worked, but anyways. Okay, so let's hide the dev tools. Huh, interesting. Still not doing it. If we come back here and inspect, which HTML tag are you speaking about, Chrissy's? Because I'm using semantic HTML here for the table. It's the div here is it's just wrapping it to allow it to overflow to like scroll to the right and sorry, up and down and right and left. Um, so this is all semantic markup in here. This is a literal HTML table. Um, you could put a different element, but it won't change anything in terms of like the height. Um, and you know what? Let's see here. Text small, caption bottom, width full, relative. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna change it directly in the component here just to see. Not the component, but the generated markup. So I'm gonna put max h20 on the div that the table component creates. So let's do that. Okay, so even that's not doing it. That's really weird. Yeah, so the thing with semantic markup, Chrissy, is it's definitely important in terms of like screen readers or just how things are portrayed. Like like you want to do an anchor element for a link. Oh yeah. No, well, in this particular case, the table is accessible because it's an HTML table. The div there is really just meant for presentation. It's just to adjust the height and stuff. So it shouldn't affect the usability, the accessibility, sorry. But I'm just gonna put it back in here. So max. You know what? I'm just gonna go straight on, just like style equals. And this is something it's probably something super silly I'm not doing. So we'll do max height like Kevin was saying. And let's just say, let's go 100 pixels, which is, okay, so that works. So why is it not picking up if I do something like, I mean, I can put an explicit style if I need to like that. But I'm wondering why this wasn't working if I do max dash h dash 20. Okay, that is working. Okay. Let's do like 96. Okay. Okay, there's some other wonkiness of cause because like because I see that in there, but okay, so we can set it explicitly. Yeah, yeah, like most of the stuff is pretty accessible at the moment, Chrissy, but I'm not focusing on running any kind of accessibility testing right now. I'm just kind of prototyping this out, and then that stuff I'll check after for sure. But it does look like uh, if I put the explicit height, max height, it does seem to work, Kevin. So I'm just gonna see here. I'm gonna put explicit style here because this should have worked, but why are my lights going off there? Sec. I have these plant lights and oh, I think it's because I started them earlier. I gotta fix the time on those. Okay, so let's just do style, max height, and then let's do, I gotta, object, boom. Okay, yeah, no, it really has to be on the actual, that div there. Okay, so let's try this. Boom. Let's get rid of this. These are just copy pasta from Shad CN. So if I go to the definition, in here for table. Okay, class name, props. I don't know. I could try height, but property height does not exist on. Okay, yeah, I'll worry about that in a second. I just want to see here. Style equals uh, height, max height, height. Yeah, yeah, no, I'll definitely check some stuff once I'm done prototyping. So, okay, it's complaining about the types there for the props, but I'm not really concerned about that at the moment. But if this refreshes now, okay, see, no, did that? It's still not doing it. Really? Max height. Let's check what it did. It's something silly. I know it is, but I just don't know what it is. So, okay, so it didn't take my height prop for some reason. Class name, height name, props. That's odd. Okay, well, let's do this. Just doing a test here. So let's do this. And we'll say return that. And do that. And return. Okay. And then let's say const height equals, we'll just say 100 pixels. Okay, gonna save that. I want to see if it actually kicks in. Okay, see, so that kicks in. So I do have to put it on. It's still weird though that if I put a max height on a div even above that div that it doesn't catch on, but not sure what's up here. Anyways, I think I'm gonna wrap it up for now, stream wise, and I gotta finish a few other things and check in on Slack. But thanks for hanging, everybody. And let me just take a quick check here. Who's on Twitch? We're not a lot on Twitch, but that's okay. So let's just go to, let's go raid bald bearded builder. So let's go to there / raid bald bearded builder. There we go. And let's just check over there. Cool. Oh, that didn't send it. Okay, / raid bald bearded builder. Why is this not typing / raid bald bearded builder? All right, we're gonna go raid. I know we're not too many now, but thanks for hanging, everybody, and I'll probably be streaming again tomorrow. So anyways, take care, everybody.